Now, in case anyone was wondering, what does it look like to work with myself as your wedding officiant? I have a lot of systems in place. I am super duper organized and on the ball. I follow up with everyone to make sure that we haven't missed any steps, yet at the same time, super easygoing and flexible, and make the whole process just feel very easy and professional and fun and important. Each couple gets the same love, care, and concern as the other. And again, this is irrespective of whether we're doing a paper signing, an elopement, or a full wedding. Doesn't matter how many guests you have, you all get the same treatment. So what I like to do initially is to book an intro call, and everything is done online. I have a great booking system, so it makes it easy for us to connect. So we book our intro call, we make sure that we are a match. We can do our intro call by video or by phone, depends whatever is easiest for everyone. Once we've confirmed that we want to proceed, the next step is to follow the notes that I have very clearly listed, which I will send you, so no one ever has to take notes. It's all there. So step one will be to fill in the contract, which will ensure that we're organized, because the contracts are what keep me organized. And when you do hundreds and hundreds of weddings a year, you need to be organized. So the contract, and then once I get your contract, I add the couple as well as myself to my Google Calendar, so everybody knows we have the correct date, time, and location listed. It has happened that people make mistakes on their date, so it's really important that we have this piece in there so that we make sure we all show up at the right spot at the right time. Then from there, I will create your invoice, and you have the option to pay with credit card or e-transfer. The second step is booking the vision meeting. The vision meeting is where I really get to know my couples, and I save that for 4 to 6 weeks out from the wedding ceremony. I do that for a reason, because a lot of the questions that I have will have answers to them, and I really feel that the energy for the ceremony flows a lot better once we're closer to the wedding date. And then there's less of that back and forth, which is where we often have errors when there's too much back and forth. So in order to prep you for the vision meeting, by the way, I have you book that vision meeting when you do the contract. This way we know we've got it locked in, because we don't want to forget and then be scrambling for time closer to the date. To prep you for that vision meeting, I immediately, upon you saying you want to proceed, present you with the vision meeting notes. This way you know what sorts of things you need to plan for me for the wedding. Some of them are obvious: date, time, location, and some things are very unique to the ceremonies that I offer. And then from there, you submit the vision meeting notes to me before the meeting. I never look at them prior to our meeting, so there's no need to rush to get them in. But you have loads of time, like depending on when you book in regards to your wedding, to fill those in. And if even the vision meeting comes and you still don't have all the details of the weddings, it's not a problem, because we can talk about them and maybe those answers will come up through our discussion. Or maybe we still don't have the answers to them, and that's okay. Doesn't matter. There's always time. You can always send me an email, quick phone call to catch up, that sort of thing. If you're choosing to do the vow coaching as well, which is part of the package, that will also be shared at the vision meeting. Again, I find that the flow of the ceremony and the wedding itself, closer to the wedding date, is much more powerful. So usually my couples write the wedding vows a couple weeks before the wedding, and those coaching notes really help. I promise they're clear, they're easy, and they're very, very effective. I read the most beautiful wedding vows. If you're not choosing to do your own personal vows, no worry, because I have lots of great options for you as well. Then following that vision meeting, I will be doing the bulk of the creation of the ceremony. Of course, if there's gaps, we'll leave space for that. The week of the wedding, we'll be doing the virtual walkthrough. That is oftentimes just a quick recap of what our vision meeting was, filling in blanks if there were any, making edits if there were last minutes, because when you've been in this industry as long as me, things come up, and so you need to be flexible and fluid on the spot. So we can always make those edits. And then of course, in between, if you need me for phone calls or, questions, I'm always there. I'm always available. And then the day of the wedding itself, I will show up half hour prior to our scheduled event time. We are aiming to start within 5, maybe 10 minutes of the scheduled time. Being punctual is very important for me as well as for the couples. So I aim to do that. Now I know extenuating circumstances at times happen. However, we aim to, prep ourselves for all of that. Again, having experience and experiencing in these locations, we can talk about potential things that could come up. So this is where experience with the venues, etc., really comes into play. It's amazing the kinds of things that I've been through, and we learn from experience. So then we will talk, if in that half hour prior to your wedding, I'll speak with your photographer, your planner if you have one, come and check in with you guys if you're available, do my mic check out the ceremony space. And it's amazing how even, with the most organized and beautiful spaces, how sometimes little things need to be adjusted in the last minute. So I always make sure to take care of all those things for my couples. And then we get you married. And then after the wedding itself, I will send you notes on how to apply for the marriage certificate if that's something you're choosing to do. And again, make that all really simple and easy. I will, of course, file your license with the ministry, which is my legal responsibility to do. And then if you ever need me for anything, for follow-ups, questions, then you can always reach out. So that is my process for how I work with my couples. If you're working with one of my celebrant team, there are slight edits to that, and I'm happy to share that with you personally. But basically, in essence, I work closely along with my celebrant team to create the ceremony. They practice the delivery with me, and then on the day, they show up to do the officiating, and people are choosing to work with my celebrant team. If I'm not available, but they really want to work with me, this is the closest thing to working with myself personally. Obviously, we all have our own style and, voice and animations with our hands and, all that. However, if I am putting my name behind someone, you can be rest assured that they are an amazing representation of my business. My name is my everything. So you can trust that they will do a phenomenal job. And also, if I'm not available, but you do want to work with someone that I refer, I do have some lovely people that I can refer you to if my celebrant team is also full. So I hope you've found this supportive and you've gotten a better idea of who I am and what I'm about. And I look forward to hearing from you for your upcoming wedding. I look forward to your referrals to people who are getting married. And if I have done your wedding already and you're listening to this whole thing, I'm open for baby naming ceremonies, house blessings, and any big other future events that come up. So let me know. In love and light, my friends. Ciao for now.